Okay, today we are going to create a color wheel using the primary colors. You need to write your name and your teacher's name first, and then you need to divide up your paper into 12 sections. You don't all have to be perfectly even. Just use your ruler to estimate what looks even to you. So start out by dividing them in half, both directions. And then I need 6 sections on the top and 6 sections on the bottom. So I'm just looking at the side of my ruler, trying to estimate. I need 3 in each box. So I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Those are about even. And then I need to make 3 on each box this direction. And that's pretty even. Try to get them to cross the middle. If it doesn't cross perfectly, that is okay. Now you're going to label your colors, and this is just because you won't forget if you label. So it's going to be yellow, yellow, green, green, blue, blue, violet, violet, red, red, orange, orange, and yellow, orange. And that is something that I will have on the board for you to look at. So when you start with your yellow. You're going to have the primary colors. Everyone's going to have their own. You're not getting a whole bunch because you really don't need a whole bunch. You just need a little bit. Start with your yellow because it's the lightest. Paint your yellow section nice and evenly. Get those lines all the way to the end. And then you're going to move on to your yellow-green. So what do you add to yellow to make green? You add a little bit of blue. Actually, I think I'm going to do just my green next. I'm going to do my green one next. If I need it to be a darker green, I'll add a little bit more green. You can see I'm not mixing a huge space because the more I mix it, the more it spreads out and the less I have to use to paint. So if I need a little bit more, I just add a little bit more as I need to. Get it nice and smoothed out. All the way to the end. Now since my yellow-green is going to be in between these two, I'm obviously going to need more yellow for my yellow-green. So I'm going to add a little bit more yellow to it. That's going to be the in between my green and my yellow. This is my yellow-green. I should be able to see a difference between the green and the yellow-green. That one looks pretty good. And I haven't rinsed out my brush yet because I haven't needed to. I still want my yellow and my blue on there, just in different amounts. Now I've got my blue-green, so this one I'm obviously going to add more blue to. That one looks pretty good. Smooth it out. I'm just going to do this last one and then show you how you're going to continue on. So you notice I haven't used any water yet, and that is on purpose. You don't really want to use the water all the time because then your paint gets kind of wet. It's a little bit more of a darker color the lighter it is. You can see I'm just kind of mixing as I go, getting a little bit more paint on my brush, getting that spread out. Ooh, I got a little too much there. Okay, now at this point, I can rinse out my brush because I've got my yellows and my blues all finished for right now. I don't want any of that on my brush when I go to my blue. So I'm gonna rinse out my brush in my water, get it nice and clean. Move this over a little bit. Use your paper towel to make sure that it's clean. I don't have any paint on there still. And now I'm going to my blue. I can just use the pure blue to get that. Primary colors are always the easiest because you don't have to mix them. Smooth that all out. And then you'll go on to your violet, your blue violet, and your red violet. Those both use the red and the blue to make. And then you'll rinse out your brush again when you get to the red orange, orange, and yellow orange. And when you're finished, please raise your hand and I will come get your color wheel. It should look like this when it's finished. And we're going to do something with them next week.